This video is part one of how to create a gel transfer. For this I'm using Liquitex Gloss Gel, and there are other brands you can use, but I find that this one works really pretty well. And you want to, before you put your gel down, you want to get your picture ready. So I'm going to use this picture of a wave. You can cut your edges. Usually it looks a little bit better if you have edges that are cut in a shape that you want, rather than just putting a rectangle down. But it just depends on what you want. I'll make it like this. So you can cut your shape or you can tear it. I'm going to include some words just so you can see what happens when you use them. Tearing often looks really good as well. The edge of your transfer will be a little uneven, which can sometimes, for whatever work you're doing, it might be appropriate. So I'm ready to put my transfers down. Take a good coating of gel medium to the surface. A good coating means that you'll see the gel medium on the surface. It shouldn't have clumps or globs. It should be fairly even. But you want to have enough that you can see that there is texture of the gel on your surface. There's a little color in here. Somebody didn't clean their palette knife or their brush. Might have been me. You don't have to put the gel all over your surface. It should just go where your transfer is meeting your image. Or your transfer, it should basically just go wherever your transfer is supposed to go. The transfer will not work where there's no gel. So now I'm just putting my picture down. Notice that I put that image that I liked, I put that face down. And you should take your fingers and lightly press this image down. I like to go from the inside out, from the middle to the edges, because any bubbles that are under there will be coerced out to the edge. Be careful not to get too much gel on the back of the image. That will sometimes trap the image to the surface you're putting it on, and we don't want that right now. So now I'm going to put this one with the torn edges on. Press it down. Now, some information about transfers. One thing to know is that it doesn't work as well with certain types of paper. It doesn't work as well when it's an inkjet printer. I find that laser printers, photocopies work really well. Magazine papers work really well. You should do a little test of whatever paper you're trying to use before you put it on a surface that you care about, just to see if the paper is going to work. Okay, there's a little bit of a bubble in here. I'm going to leave it just so in case there's an issue, we'll know after watching this video what to do and what not to do. So right now, all I have is my images stuck down to the surface. I tried not to get any gel in the back. And now I'm going to wait for it to dry. I do, however, want to show what happens if I were to take another image right away. Coat this over. There's a reason I want to show this to you. And you'll see why in part 2 when I start to rub these transfers off of the surface. And now you should check out part 2.